Hello, everyone. I welcome you back to the learning sessions of our Resiliency Building series. This one, we are in episode 6 of it. And in our session today, we will learn a bit of self acceptance, self reflection, which would then eventually help us build our resilience. All of this through the story of Amit. There was a point in Amit's life where, while we were working on several tools to help him build his resiliency, some areas which were quite obvious about his complaint that he keeps coming back to the same issues, we found that some of them were some hard, brutal realities of life, which often kept Amit into deep stress mode. And to those things, Amit actually didn't really had any right approach towards it. So I introduced this set of questions as a tool, which I did along with Amit. While I'm not going to share the responses Amit had shared with me basis on his problem, what I would do share is these set of very important key questions you can anytime visit when you find yourself specifically in those areas of your life where you're struggling, not making any progress, you find yourself stuck, you find yourself in repeatedly in the same set of issues, and you seek clarity and direction. These questions that I'm about to share with you will, at the first step, help you become a bit more self-aware. By this, I mean you get to learn with your own responses. What is it that's really keeping you stuck? Then, through this newfound awareness, you could use to think about what you could do about those things which you have no control over, which in simple words is to accept. However, it is easier said than done, but it starts with awareness. So, the tool is about a set of questions. I would want you to pause the video here, grab a pen and a paper because you have a lot of writing, meditating, and then responding to the questions I'll be asking you. These were the same set of questions I and Amit did together. The answers were brought a lot of insights to Amit, and they were equally bit uncomfortable, which is for sure I would in any given case. I'm sure even when you sit with it, you will find some discomfort, but that's okay. That's part of our learning journey. That's part of our personal growth. So don't shy away. Don't stay focused on grammar. These are just for your own eyes. Sit with them, become first aware of things that are keeping you stuck in life, then reflect. Maybe your answers have the key to the solution that you're looking for. Let's get started. So, first thing, let's list up 3 realities in your life that are refusing or find difficult to accept. Now, friends, here again, use Wheel of Life if you find difficulty in coming and nailing it down to only 3 realities. You could just put it like, for example, put health here, money here, relationships, like put some side titles so that it becomes easier for you to understand within relationship what could be that reality in your life that you're refusing or you're finding it difficult to accept. Same applies to health, money, wealth, career, role, job, whatever you want. So you can have more than 3, but for now, list up to 3. Next, what happens when you refuse to accept reality? Sit with this question. This is a very deep one. You will have all sorts of emotions surfacing up. And this is the discomfort I was talking about. So it's okay, whatever comes up, try to just sit with it. I also have another video where I had created how to accept things which we cannot change. I shall share the link of that video in the description of this video as well. And you can even, if you find difficulty in answering this question or a bit of discomfort, you can pause this here, go check that video first, and then come back to this. Next, how do you suffer when you refuse to accept reality? Write it as if no one is going to read it. This is for your own self. Let your inner self, share with you a very honest reply. Now, if you were able to accept these realities, how would you think? Or in other words, what thoughts would reflect your ability to accept these realities? This is where this question is actually helping you understand what kind of thoughts, basically what you tell yourself, would help you reflect your ability to accept these realities. So think and answer this. How would you behave? This question is about helping you understand that usually when you are encountering issues, problems, challenges on a recurring basis, what is your typical behavior or a pattern of behavior that you keep on repeating the way the issues are being repeated for you? You don't know how to cope well, and you worry a lot, and you find yourself stuck in this constant recurring pattern of difficulties. You can follow the second statement here. In other words, which actions would show that you accepted these realities? So here again, if you have not really behaving in a way which actually show you've accepted it, list them first. Then you can put yourself in future where what really you think you would be. It could just be simply being with yourself and no longer getting anxious or stressed about things not happening the way you wanted them to be. Next, how would you feel? Here, the question is about trying to gain insights about your feelings. What kind of feelings would indicate you've accepted these realities? Friends, this is also a technique where you are being asked to um, prime your mind for a future that you always wanted, but you're not been able to get there. So let's say there are certain eventualities that has happened in your life. For example, for some people, personal loss is one of it. And what feelings would indicate that they have accepted this reality, that the person they have lost will no longer return? Now, one of it would be people might just surrender and submit to the will of God. These are people who practice religion and have a firm faith in God. So a personal loss is more of submitting to the will of God. But for others who follow whatever you may follow, your belief system is, just this question is basically asking you to voice those feelings to indicate you accepted these realities. So go ahead and see what's coming up for you as you read this question and write down your response. Next, how do you think your life would be different if you were able to accept the realities you described in the first question? So this is about a kind of a hypothetical question, how your life would be different. So it's putting you in a hypothetical situation, and from your own insight, tapping into your own wisdom, let the answers come and guide you how your life would be different if you were to accept the realities. you described in your first question. This one is an action-oriented question, which is about a first step moving closer to acceptance of these realities outlines in this exercise that we just did. I mean, answering this set of questions. So this is basically to ask you, how could you move closer? Meaning, once you've written all your responses, you've gained the insights. When you go back and read your answers, after that, what is it that you're going to do as a first step? Because while you're writing answers to these questions, you're meditating on them, you're trying to recollect the past, you're trying to prime your mind and writing all the answers uncensored. Once you've done all of that and you got a lot of insights about uh, your own thoughts inside you, this question is asking you what would be the first step you would exercise to move closer to acceptance of realities. Now, friends, this could be as easy as creating one action point of literally putting this into practice. So, what would that be? Think over it. It could be that you just firmly resolve to yourself that I have decided and going on or moving forward, this is what I'm going to do. I also have on I have decided technique a blog post. I'll share the link in the description box in case you want to practice that, because that's one of the most common things people do once they've written their responses. Towards the end, now they know the answers, most of the insights they've captured, they now take a resolve. So the resolve could be from this day onward, or I have decided, or you go and take some action. Depending on whatever suits you, go ahead and do it. Finally, this was the self-reflection practice that I and Amit did together, which involved a bit of self-acceptance and awareness, which is a core main area of you or Amit for that matter, building our resiliency. So friends, try this. If you would like to share your answers and insights with me, I shall also share my coordinates to connect. And I hope the way Amit was able to build on his resiliency muscle, you would equally find these tools useful and effective in coping the best way with hardships of life so that you worry less and live more.